Hello everyone and welcome to a new series. The series is called Crimson Paradise. And it's a new hardcore series that I've been planning to do for since yesterday. I literally thought about it like yesterday night. Now the reason why it's actually called Crimson Paradise is because I am actually going to try and build a base using only Crimson as like my main block. Why? Well, because I genuinely hate Crimson at the bottom of my heart. And I'm trying to get good at building. So I have to start using Crimson more often, so I understand how to use it properly. I just thought that this would actually be an interesting challenge. You know, to just try my best to build a base using mainly Crimson. So, first thing first, I need to gather some food and also some wool. We need to craft a smoker so I can start smoking? No? What? I just need to craft a smoker so I can start cooking my meat faster. I need iron. I desperately need iron because I need iron tools and I need a shield. Okay, now I think it's actually going to be way too boring to just watch me mine for like an hour or so. So yeah, let's roll the montage. I forgot how it is. Wait a second. I think something like this, yeah. Oh, well, that didn't work. There we go. There we go. And let's light up the portal. Oh, obviously. The one time I don't want a battle delta, I get a battle delta. Okay, there we go. So I need this crimson fungus. I think this is what you use to grow trees, right? Well, let's gather as many as we can. Okay, that's a stack. That should hopefully be enough. I don't see no point in staying in the nether anymore. I know there's a crimson forest this way, so I can go, you know, look out for it and start mining some trees. But I don't see any reason as to why I should keep on being around. So I'm just gonna get out of this stupid nether. Just gotta find my way back. Let's get out, because I'm running out of food. In fact, I don't think I even have any other food. Nope. Nope. No. Okay, we gotta get out then. After a long way up to get out of that stupid cave, I started killing some pigs, you know, for some food. And then started trying to tame a horse, and eventually after a bunch of tries, as you can see right here, I managed to actually tame the horse, but he was just not really fast, so yeah, I had to dump him and try taming the other one, which turned out to be just a tiny bit faster, which will help me out a lot when traveling around the world. And I also collect like basically all of the sugar canes that I saw on my way, and after a long way, and I mean a long way, I've traveled like 1,000 or so blocks around different places, I managed to find a village, which was really cool because that was the best place for my base. And I also went mining in the meantime just to get more diamonds and craft myself a full diamond armor. I collected some crops and some hay bales for food and find my place for my base. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with the place I've chosen. I already showed you, but there's also a village, which is one of the reasons I also chose this place. I usually like to choose my place like next to a village, so that it gets, you know, easier to transport the villagers to my base whenever I need them. Anyway, I placed down all of my things, and it's time to also build a house. I've cleared out the area, but before we build the house, we first of all need to gather all of the materials. Now, this is going to take some time because I need a lot of, well, terracotta, crimson, mangrove, and I'm inside. And a bunch of other stuff. So before we actually gather the materials, I wanted to also make some animal pens, especially for cows, because I will need a lot of leather if I want to craft a lot of books. Now let's talk about something that some people might get pissed off, and the fact that I'm actually going to use chunk base. Some people may consider it, you know, cheating. I personally don't think it's cheating. I think it just makes life a tiny bit easier, because I could go and like search for like 3 hours for a mangrove forest, but that's just going to make progress a lot slower when it comes to building, and I want to get into building as fast as possible. So I'll just decide that using that side is not actually cheating. Now if you consider it cheating, then congratulations, I guess. You can leave the video if you don't want to see me cheat, but if you don't, then stick around, because oh, there's a creeper. Hello, Mr. Creeper, why are you here? Okay, 54 logs should hopefully be enough. I don't want to build in this area since this is where my house will be. So I guess we can do it like right here, maybe. So let's start by placing random logs all around the place. So we'll just do this now. We'll basically connect. Oh, you just came in on your own. That's nice. So we'll just connect the logs now. And this will make... Oh, you're coming as well. Lovely. God, they are so well... Oh. Well, your friend's leaving, but you are not. You are staying here with me. I mean, it's not the best looking one, but it's working. And now all we have to do is just gather more sheep. And then on this side, I think we'll do the cow one. Now, I'm actually going to add some details as well. So I don't want to leave it like this. And some details I want to add is actually some slabs on top of these things, just to make it a bit higher. Now, let's get some wheat and let's bring you home. That's already 9 sheep, look at that. Okay, while we're at it, let's also add some hay bale here. They can't get out, so that's perfectly fine. And I don't know if I actually have any bones. I mean, I'll check. There we go. Let's craft this into bone meal, and this bone meal they've crowned right here, I guess. We don't want any tall grass, we just want some normal grass. Just like that. Let's add another patch of hay bales around here. That's looking lovely. Come here. No, you lost interest, don't do that. Look, this hay, this wheat is the best you've ever tasted. You're gonna love it. I'm definitely not gonna put you in like an enclosed environment where you cannot leave, and I'll force you to give me your leather. That's not gonna happen. Come on. This works too. You two can breed and make a baby. There we go. Hello, you're all alone, but you're not gonna be anymore. Come on, follow me. I'll bring you to an amazing place full of wonderful people, or in your case cows, and you're gonna be all friends and have a lot of fun. I'll feed you, I guess I will not breed you, you'll breed yourself, but I will feed you and you will have an amazing time. Just don't worry, okay? Right? You don't have to worry. It's fine, everything is fine. Look, there's your friends. Look at that, we have babies. Okay, we are doing great. Now, as I said, I need to gather all the materials for my starter house. So, we need to find, first of all, a mangrove. Then we need to find a mesa. And last but not least, we need to go to Nether and get some crimson. So, yeah, let's do that. Before I did that, I actually went to collect some obsidian because I wanted to also create a portal on the other side of the mesa biome, so that whenever I need more terracotta, I can just go through the Nether because it's a lot quicker. On my way, I also found a lot of villages. This is one of them, which didn't have really much other than a lot of bundles. And then I managed to find the mangrove forest. I collected some propagules, I think that's what I called them. And then I went my way to find a mesa, which I did shortly after. And I started just, lighting up the portal and collecting some terracotta for my build. I am back, finally, back to my house. I've gathered a bit of terracotta, as you can see, not anything too much, but I think this should be just enough for our starter house. And I also got a lot of other stuff while exploring, such as some peony, a jungle sapling, spruce, acacia, obviously the main thing we actually were looking for, other than the terracotta. We've got some large ferns, we've got lecterns, we've got a bunch of books because I found a ton of villages and they all had books, so now I have also a lot of books. I still need to gather quite a lot of materials. I need to gather some spruce, I need to gather some packed mud, which shouldn't be too hard, and a lot of other stuff. So yeah, it's going to require a lot of grinding. Our wheat farm is done. I've also went ahead and made a small little carrot farm. I was planning to do a potato farm, but I don't think it's actually necessary, as I don't think I'm actually going to use potatoes that much. I already have a cow and a sheep farm which I can use for food, and carrots are most likely going to be an end game thing when I get a proper gold farm that I can, get a lot of gold and craft golden carrots, which are the most sustainable food, because they don't give you a lot of hunger. I mean, they do actually give you 3 bars, but they give you a lot of saturation, which makes it really, really convenient. Okay, I think we pretty much got all the materials necessary, as you can see right here. These are basically all the materials that we need for the main build, not for the interior, because I'll have to work on that after I build the house first. I've also got some nether bricks smelting, and I've also made a netherwart farm because I found a fortress. That was also one of my goals that I forgot to mention. We needed a lot of nether bricks and netherwart to craft red nether bricks, so yeah, that was also one of our goals. It's very tedious to craft them, but we have to do it eventually. We are now just able to craft 4 stairs. This is going to be for the rooftop, by the way, in case you didn't guess. Okay, I think this should be just big enough, but I just realized the amount of pack mud I have is definitely not going to be enough, so we'll have to gather a few more bits, but for that we have to wait for all of our wheat to grow. And that's gonna take a while because it's really slow. This is basically how big the build is going to be. Nothing too crazy, but I feel like it's pretty decent size to make a proper interior and, well, a proper house. The first thing that I actually want to do is to make the foundation. As you can see, there's a gap there. This will act as my storage system or storage place. Okay, foundation is basically done. And now it's time to actually build the actual house. And now we can actually make the staircase up, as this is basically going to be the main part of our house. And we can do something like this. Just like that. Now the main palette of this build is actually this one. Wait, there we go. So it goes from crimson to mangrove using these two blocks of terracotta, which I thought were really cool. And so that's basically what we are going to do for the whole house. But before we do that, we need to get up here and start doing some stripping. And so the first layer is going to be all crimson. Just like that. And then we'll also go ahead and basically add a few more blocks. I think based on how big this build is, we can actually go with 2 layers of crimson. But we'll leave some indents somewhere like along the way. So we won't make it all like 2 layers. Just like that. And now we can go ahead and add even more to the layers, kind of gradually decreasing the amount of blocks we're actually placing. So we get to the point where we can actually fill in all of those missing gaps with this block, with the purple terracotta. Just like this, look at that. And then for the next layer, we'll fill it in with purple terracotta. There we go. And look at that gradient. Now it doesn't look the best right now because it's basically all empty. We still need to add the windows, so let's also do that right now. Got some glass planes. I don't know if I have enough. We'll see. Now I have to go on the outside. So what we want to do is break these 2 stairs right here and then place in these brick walls and then go up until I think this point. Then we want to add a stair right there and do the same thing here as well. Okay. God, I keep falling. That's looking more like it. Let's add an overhang here and something there. We can actually break these 3 stairs and place them like this for an interesting design. Look at that. We want to add the crimson at the bottom. Just like that. And then we have to do the same thing on top there. Just gotta grab some scaffolding blocks. Gotta do the same thing but with mangrove. And now to blend in this 2 part, we also need to craft some signs. And now the mangrove signs will go on the bottom layer where crimson is. So right here. Then the crimson one will go on the top layer. Basically where mangrove is. There we go, look at that. And basically we want to replicate that design on all of the walls. where we add walls to support the frames, the window frames. On this one, however, we're not going to go under the thingy, the spruce stairs, because then we are going to cover up our entrance inside of the basement. So we're only going to support them on the stairs, which shouldn't be too bad. And then we just had to add a few more windows, one on this side, and then over here we're going to probably add a porch or maybe like a terrace or something. So we also have a way to get outside from the behind, from the back side. And with that, the exterior of our house is done. I've also added some support for the overhang, because I thought it was really empty on that side. We've added a small elevated porch, I guess, right here with a door you can get inside. And well, I did some work on basically all of the windows, so the exterior is officially done. I've also installed the texture pack that allows me to see through my armor, because I hate not being able to see my skin. Anyway, if we go inside, you can clearly see there's literally nothing here, and nothing here either. So yeah, we have to work on that as well. So let's do that. But first thing first, I think we need to focus on this floor, because this is where my chests will be. So let's start by removing these two doors, and then also removing the ground. Just like that. And then we can place in the flooring using polished basalt, because I think it looks really cool as like a basement kind of flooring. You will not really expect to have, you know, planks on the floor of your basement, mainly like concrete or stone. And I think this design, this spiral and this incredible color really works well for this basement design. There we go. And now we can also place the door backs to realize there's no really need to change the floor there. So we've got the flooring for our basement. Now we need to make the flooring for the actual first floor, which is this one. And for that, I will use a lot of spruce. And now to make this basement of true use, we need to add a lot of chests and barrels. So let's craft some chests. Okay, so I finished the rest of the interior off camera because I thought it was a boring process. So let's get inside. This is the hallway. Nothing much happening, just some barrels, some plants and carpets, because really we don't have much room. We also added this wall for safety measures when you're climbing up. Then we have the living room, where we have a fireplace. Not the best looking one, but it's a fireplace. We got two armchairs and a couch. We've got a grandfather's clock, wardrobe that has nothing inside, but you can hide inside if you want to, for some reason. Again, a bunch of plants, painting, and yeah, more plants basically, and also an interesting chandelier. Then we got the kitchen, where you have two smokers, three furnaces, another painting, a lot of flowers, barrels, another painting, and obviously a table where you can eat if you want to. Over here is the, you know, back side of the house, where we got a porch. Then we can go to the next floor, which really don't have much to it other than just a bed and more plants, and this part that connects to the part at the bottom where the fireplace is. I don't really have much room to add anything else. Maybe I'll add something here in the future, but for now this is fine. And then we have the enchantment table right here. Nothing really added to it other than just the enchantment table and the carpet. I might add something in the future, but for now this will do. And it's a 30 level one, by the way. So yeah, it's the best one. It has 16, even though you normally only need 15, but I like to put 16 just because, first of all, it's an even number, and second of all, it has higher chances of getting better enchantments. So that's just about how much we have time for today. We built an amazing house, and then we also obviously built 2 animal pens. Went to the nether, we got a nether wart farm there, which we will upgrade eventually. And obviously we got 2 crop farms down there, one with carrots, which I should harvest, and one with wheat, which I should also harvest, but not right now, because I don't need wheat nor carrots for now. So yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, obviously. Comment if you like my video, I don't know, do stuff so that the algorithm likes me. That's all I got, so I'll see you in the next one.